to rookies from the San Francisco 49ers just received some massive shoutouts from one of the most respected players in the league, and honestly, this is the kind of news that gets you genuinely excited about the future of the team. It's not just about the usual rookie hype. This is coming straight from a veteran who's been there, done that, and knows exactly what to look for in a young player. Let's dive into what he said, because there's more here than meets the eye. First off, there was some news about Nick Martin, the rookie linebacker. A few weeks ago, he suffered a minor thumb fracture, which at first glance might seem like a typical injury story that happens all the time in football. But what makes this different is how it was handled and what was said about it. Apparently, Martin didn't miss any off-season practice because of this injury, and the reports say he won't need surgery. That means he's going to be ready for training camp without any real setbacks, which is excellent news for both him and the team. Now you might think that's it, just a routine injury, no big deal, right? But here's where things get interesting. The source of this information was Trent Williams, a player with a reputation for being blunt, honest, and very straightforward. Trent doesn't sugarcoat things, and when he talks about a rookie, people listen. He posted a video where he gave a shout out to Nick Martin, calling him his new teammate and highlighting that he's already out there making plays. But then Trent dropped a line that caught everyone's attention. Martin broke his thumb lifting weights, which he called kind of a mystery, and then quickly added that he wasn't going to speak on that. That little comment, it opened up a lot of speculation, because usually injuries like this happen on the field or during practice, not in the weight room. It hints at something off the usual path, and Trent's choice to keep quiet about it only makes it more intriguing. Still, what's more important is what he said after that, and this is where the hype really builds up. Trent said he can't wait to see Martin's success in the NFL and that he's going to be a great play. Coming from a guy like Trent Williams, who is a future Hall of Famer and one of the best defensive linemen in the game. This kind of praise is huge. Adding to this, analyst Larry Krueger weighed in on the situation with his own take. He basically translated Trent's mysterious injury to mean Martin probably hurt his thumb doing something unrelated to football or training, something he shouldn't have been doing. That's a fair guess, because otherwise why would Trent Williams avoid talking about it? The fact that Martin played through the injury is impressive, but also not entirely surprising. Football players are notorious for playing hurt, sometimes with broken fingers or worse, especially when it doesn't affect their ability to perform at a high level. The only players who really struggle with finger injuries are quarterbacks and running backs, since those positions rely so heavily on hand control and ball security. The takeaway here is that despite this minor setback, Martin's stock is rising rapidly, not only because of his grit and determination to play through pain, but because the veterans around him are speaking very highly of his potential. Fred Warner, one of the best linebackers on the team, has also praised Martin, saying good things about how this rookie could develop into a standout player. When the team's star veterans show faith in a young player, it usually means something special is brewing. On top of that, there's also some buzz around another rookie, Michael Williams, who is getting his own share of attention from Trent Williams. When Brock Purdy walked into the locker room and saw him, Trent apparently said something along the lines of "the guy's a monster," and called him a huge man. Trent went further and said Williams has the genetic makeup to be a superstar. That's extremely high praise, especially coming from someone of Trent's stature, who himself is a massive presence on the field. There were some reporters who expected Michael Williams to be even bigger, but honestly, size isn't everything. What matters is that he's a mountain of a man physically, and more importantly, he has the tools and athleticism to become a key contributor to the 49ers defense. Alongside him, players like Alfred Collins and C.J. West are also building their cases as valuable assets for the team's future. While C.J. West might not have the towering height of some of the other rookies at 6', he's still a big physical player who brings toughness and skill to the roster. All these players are part of a new wave of talent coming into the 49ers. And what's exciting is the level of respect they're already earning from veterans. Guys like Trent Williams don't blow smoke, they tell it like it is. Larry Krueger summed it up perfectly, saying that when Trent talks about players, he's straightforward, honest, and not one to hype guys who aren't ready yet. This means when Trent calls Martin a great player, or says Williams has the genetic makeup of a superstar, it carries serious weight for coaches, general managers, and fans. Hearing this kind of endorsement is thrilling, but also sets a certain level of expectation. Rookie seasons can be unpredictable and there's always room to grow, but with players like Trent Williams vouching for these guys, it's hard not to get excited about what they'll bring when pads go on and the games begin. It's a reminder that the future of the 49ers defense looks promising, and that the team is building a strong core of young talent ready to make an impact. With rookies reporting in just a few weeks, the anticipation is building. Everyone's eager to see how these players perform once the full intensity of training camp kicks in. The blend of youth and experience on this team creates a compelling mix, and the leadership from veterans who truly believe in the rookies adds another layer of confidence. All in all, this glimpse into what Trent Williams and others have said about Nick Martin and Michael Williams paints an exciting picture of what's to come. The mysterious thumb injury might have been a minor hiccup, but it certainly hasn't slowed Martin down. If anything, it adds to the story of a tough, determined player who is ready to prove himself. And with teammates and coaches backing him up, the stage is set for something special. Beyond the buzz around Nick Martin and Michael Williams, what really stands out is the culture being built in this 49ers locker room. When veterans like Trent Williams openly express excitement about rookies, it tells you something about the environment. There's a real belief that these newcomers can step up and make a difference. It's not just about raw talent, it's about mindset, work ethic, and how these young players fit into the bigger picture of the team's identity. Trent's comments aren't casual praise, they reflect a genuine recognition of potential and a readiness to embrace responsibility. That kind of veteran endorsement matters a lot because it sets the tone for how rookies are viewed within the team. It sends a message that the bar is high but attainable. When a future Hall of Famer points to you as someone who can be great or even a superstar, it's both a challenge and a vote of confidence. These aren't empty words, they come with expectations to perform, but also with the understanding that support is there to help these players reach that level. The 49ers have a history of developing talent the right way, blending coaching culture and leadership, and these rookies are stepping into that tradition. What makes Nick Martin's situation particularly interesting is how he handled the injury itself. A broken thumb isn't just a minor inconvenience, especially for a linebacker who needs to use his hands constantly, whether it's shedding blocks, tackling, or engaging with opponents at the line of scrimmage. The fact that Martin didn't miss any offseason reps shows a level of toughness and commitment that can't be overstated. It suggests that he's willing to push through pain, keep working, and not let setbacks define him. For a rookie, that's invaluable. The transition to the NFL is brutal and injuries can derail careers before they even start. But Martin's approach speaks to a player who's ready to fight for his spot and contribute immediately, and it's not just Trent Williams noticing this. Other veterans like Fred Warner have also praised Martin's abilities and potential. That kind of recognition from peers who are themselves established stars adds credibility. When your teammates believe in you, it changes how you carry yourself on the field and in practice. Confidence is a huge part of success in professional sports, and having it reinforced by guys like Warner and Williams can accelerate a rookie's development. Turning to Michael Williams, the praise he's receiving highlights a different but equally important aspect of what the 49ers are building. Trent Williams called him a mountain of a man with the genetic makeup to be a superstar. That's not just about size or strength. It's about natural talent, athleticism, and the raw physical gifts that can translate into dominance on the field. For a rookie defensive back, those traits are crucial because the position demands a blend of speed, agility, physicality, and mental sharpness. Williams has all those tools, and when a seasoned player like Trent recognizes that, it signals that the kid is on a path to something special. The emphasis on genetics and physical makeup also tells us something about the long-term view the team has for these players. The 49ers aren't just looking for short-term fixes, they're investing in talent that can grow and become foundational pieces for years to come. Michael Williams fits that mold perfectly, as do players like Alfred Collins and C.J. West. Each one brings a different skill set and physical profile, but all have the potential to contribute meaningfully to the defense. The timing couldn't be better either, with rookies reporting in just a few weeks and veterans following shortly after. The anticipation around training camp is palpable. This period is where all the talk gets put to the test, where potential turns into performance, and where players either rise to the occasion or fall short. The pressure is immense, but it's also a chance for rookies like Martin and Williams to prove the hype right. For fans, it's a moment to watch closely because this is where the future of the team starts to take shape. What adds another layer of excitement is the leadership within the 49ers organization. Coaches and veterans alike seem genuinely committed to helping these rookies succeed. The fact that Trent Williams, someone with the stature and influence he has, is so vocal about these young players shows a level of mentorship that goes beyond just playing alongside each other. It's about building confidence, teaching the nuances of the game and preparing them for the mental and physical challenges ahead. That kind of environment can make all the difference, especially for players adjusting to the speed and complexity of the NFL. There's also something to be said about the resilience and adaptability of these rookies. The NFL is a whole new level from college football, and not every player can handle the jump. Injuries, new systems, increased competition. It all tests a player's ability to stay focused and improve. Martin's ability to manage a broken thumb without missing a beat is a prime example of the kind of grit that can set a player apart. Similarly, Williams' physical readiness and the way he's already impressed veterans suggests he's equipped to face those challenges head-on. Of course, the proof will be on the field once the pads go on and the preseason games start rolling. But all the signals right now point to a promising future. The combination of raw talent, veteran support, and a strong organizational culture creates the perfect storm for these rookies to thrive. And for the 49ers, that means building a defense that can compete at the highest level for years to come. In the grand scheme of things, stories like these are what make following a team so exciting. It's not just about the big-name stars or the headline-grabbing trades. It's about watching the young guys grow, earn their place, and become part of something bigger. When a player like Trent Williams publicly endorses rookies, it's more than just hype. It's a glimpse into the future, a promise that the team is in good hands. And for fans eager to see the next generation step up, that's as good as it gets. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling around the San Francisco 49ers as tensions rise among the fanbase after a recent admission from the team's general manager John Lynch. Sources close to the organization suggest that the 49ers might be entering what Lynch himself described as a rebuilding season, sparking waves of disappointment and speculation about the franchise's immediate future. For years, the 49ers have been one of the NFL's most formidable teams, with playoff appearances and even Super Bowl runs keeping the city's hopes alive. However, whispers now indicate that the front office is bracing for a transitional period, one that may involve a strategic reset rather than the usual push for immediate glory. Lynch's candid acknowledgement of a rebuild hints at significant changes in roster composition, coaching strategies, and long-term planning. Fans have not taken the news lightly. Social media platforms and fan forums are buzzing with frustration and disbelief, with many supporters expressing their outrage over what they see as a premature surrender. The notion of rebuilding often implies trading away key veterans, investing in draft picks, and focusing on future seasons rather than the present. For a fanbase accustomed to competing at the highest levels, this prospect feels like a bitter pill to swallow. Insiders speculate that injuries, salary cap constraints, and an aging core may have contributed to the team's predicament, forcing management to reconsider their approach. The 49ers' current roster reportedly faces challenges that cannot be swiftly resolved, necessitating patience and a long-term vision. Lynch's openness about the situation could be a strategic move to prepare fans for a rough patch, while also setting realistic expectations internally and externally. This potential rebuild also raises questions about key players' futures, including whether some of the franchise's stars might be traded or released to make way for younger talent. Coaching staff changes are also on the table, as the organization may seek fresh perspectives to guide the team through this uncertain phase. While nothing is confirmed, the buzz around the 49ers hints at a dramatic shift in the team's trajectory. The coming months will likely bring more clarity, but for now, fans are left to grapple with the possibility that their beloved 49ers are heading into a challenging season of rebuilding, a stark contrast to the glory days they hoped would continue. The rumor mill is heating up, and all eyes remain on San Francisco as the 49ers navigate what could be one of the most pivotal moments in recent franchise history. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.